from that?
Nope.
Not working?
Oh, now it is. Yeah. You're good.
As usual, we're waiting for those sluts from Tulsa.
He says it says email already in use. So come work your Apple magic.
Are they able to get that one working?
What?
Are they able to get that one working?
I just sent it to him, so we'll see if they pop on. So this time, I need to go into YouTube and get the right YouTube live link.
Why don't you just tell everybody about how Midland was? You're live right now.
I know, but I don't have anybody to talk to.
I'm talking to you right now.
That's the problem.
Call Dewey.
He's at home with the inmates. I don't think he's going to pick up his phone.
You know what I'm doing? What's going on, man? We got you live on the Friday stand down. Well, we called you this time.
Because we're
I mean, you should ask the gas station attendant to pop one for you, like hot dog.
I mean, which gas station are you at? That's the question.
So we're still waiting for the Tulsa guys to
Get
get logged in. No surprise there. Having technical difficulties, but we're hoping that this time we've actually fixed the audio situation that you'll be able to hear them once they get on. And I think they're logging on right now, actually.
Well, there they are.
Is that Bender?
Yeah. I mean, my eyesight's bad. I can't really see. So it's just
We got the computer like halfway across the fucking office.
little screen.
So, how'd your week go? Yeah, so that pond that or I guess that pit that I showed the video of yesterday, we're gonna be hooking up to do a frack in about a week or two. So I'll try to get some videos of that. But typically when I'm out there, it's because something went wrong and I'm not in the mood to be hanging out filming anything, you know.
There we go. Now we're on.
All right. Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear the guys talking from Tulsa?
Well, he's not talking yet, so that's probably part of the problem.
Can you hear us now?
Still nothing. Huh.
Is that whose pooter is that? That's yours.
God damn it. We still haven't fixed this. We're still working on it. But I think they can still hear you.
Yep.
I don't think the mic does us any good. I think it adds a layer of complication that we're not.
It shows the mic's on.
Trying to set up a studio.
We can hear you guys just
You can
fine.
hear, you can hear us.
They can hear us, but
Oh.
the guy that's called in.
The
can't.
call-ins can never hear us. All right, fuck it. Let's play a little game here.
Well, what is the call in?
Hey, WTX, when you get home, we'll send you the link, man. All right.
Yeah. See you later. Well, the first question is, what are you guys drinking up in Tulsa?
Well, two people have nothing in their hands,
How do you fix that?
and I have a Dewar's and water.
What do you got tonight?
Lemonade and a little bit of tequila.
Oh,
Tequila.
Tequila.
All right.
Tequila. So, yeah, this is what we're about to. Did the intern ever play this in Midland?
Yeah. Shit. Where was it? When you were renting Chapeau's house.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was renting what?
Chapeau's house in Midland. Yeah, it worked at Apache.
Did you know him from Midland?
Who? Intern? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew him from T-Town, I think.
No, we met. It was funny because I met Mackenzie at like a team meeting at Apache.
Okay.
It was one of those. It was one of those ones like, you're from Tulsa, I'm from Tulsa. You went to TU, I went to TU. Yeah.
We should bang.
Yeah. So that had to be that was like
15?
Yeah, late 2015.
What do you what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Now the board's all fucked. Now I gotta rotate it.
So Scott, you need to tell the internet audience what game you guys are playing.
All right. So 1974 King Oil. Basically set up for all you landmen. There's all the leases right there with their pre-set values. Then it has 3 plates in here you can rotate to kind of randomize the board. For any geos out there, don't get all worked up that there's no patterning. It's all luck. It's straight luck.
It's a fun game.
It's fun. You can drill shallow wells, medium wells, deep wells. They all pay the same. Kind of another flaw. But it's pretty fun. You can pipeline. There's some midstream stuff to this that really fucks the game up, so that's good.
In the modern version, you just drill a horizontal well and lose money, guaranteed.
Right. Right.
That's how it works now.
Just hand over all the money. It's game over. Yeah. Immediately.
You just
You do not
slowly
pass
pay out
go.
all of your money
You go to jail.
until it's all gone. Then you go raise more money from investors in the bank.
That's
until
really
that's
the game.
gone.
That's really the game.
Put as many, and the winner snuck more money into their pocket while the game was going
You
on.
have to check
without really
everybody's pockets.
Yeah, the goal of the game is how high can you get your executive compensation package to go?
That's
Exactly.
it.
How much can you steal in the process?
Well,
That's the-
actually, it's how many times can you bankrupt a company and keep your damn job?
There you go.
That's the true winner. Yep.
You know,
Who-
and how many
who
times
is
can
king
you
of that?
announce your pay bump and your comp weeks before you declare Chapter 11?
Yep.
I'm not sure anybody has successfully and as succinctly destroyed value as Tom Ward. Like consistent value destruction.
Has to be
machine.
number one.
You busting names out? Come on, man.
Has to
Wow.
be number one.
I feel free calling him out.
Yep.
He wants to talk to me about it after listening to the stand down.
Sure.
He knows where to find me.
With no debt, all those wells pay. That's all I'm saying. And I know it's 400,000 barrels of water a day.
Here's the bankruptcy side of the game.
Mark Berman's phone number.
I mean, don't you think Chuck
Bank
probably has
are out of the game, and properties are auctioned off to the bank as is with whole wells, pipeline, and caps. Auction to the highest bidder in increment 500. Okay, the new owner must pay all of
It's probably on his fucking
the
website.
property. However, all royalties of the property will belong to the new owner. If you buys the auction property, that property is closed.
Closed.
Interesting.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
There's no closing. You just get on the phone with Riverstone.
Just
Get
call
the
them.
Riverstone boys in. They'll pick that shit up.
So biggest news of the day is that University Lands has started sending around an updated rate damage schedule, and they're jacking up all their surface damages at least close to 2 times what they were this year, which is going to make a lot of people whine and complain.
Is that just in West Texas?
Yeah, that's the only spot they have University Lands, but a lot of people use it as like a benchmark
Proxy, yeah.
for surface damages.
We know that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not really it's a hard thing to
Yeah.
quantify.
That doesn't do shit for me. So we got
Quantify
Alberta
how
Garbage
much.
just joined the
Oh,
chat.
this is a salty son of a bitch here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm live.
I can't understand you, but I can hear you.
Well,
You guys
that's
have-
fine. Nobody really
you guys
needs
have
to.
snow up there.
No, it's not snowing right now. It hasn't snowed. Well, we kind of had a day where it snowed a little bit like a week or two ago, but there's no snow on the ground.
So what are you working on right now, man?
Well, I'm working on a bunch of things. The shit's keeping me busy here. On top of the oil project, trying to raise some money to drill a test production well. On top of that, I'm working on a thing with some guys with this fertilizer technology that's really, really cool. And I brought in a bunch of people because they sort of had like a kind of a technical team, but they didn't have a team to put everything together. And so I brought some guys in, and it seems like we've kind of filled out the right sort of team. And so we're working to get the thing financed and kind of go from there.
So on a scale of 1 to 10 of like never gonna happen to like it's pretty much already being planned, how many bombs are going to be made from this new fertilizer technology? That's what everybody wants to know.
Well, so the answer is not nearly as many as I would like.
Okay, fair enough.
It's actually it's not explosive at all, which, for our more decentralized listeners is a letdown. Anyway, so that's just some shit I'm working on, having some fun.
On the old side, you what, drilling consultant or something?
I do completions consulting,
Okay.
but I have all my shit to be a drilling consultant as well, but just sort of luck of the draw, I ended up on the completion side in the oil sands, and that's just kind of where I've sort of fit in lately.
No, you don't work. You work in the SAG-D, right? You're talking also.
Yeah, I've been doing SAG-D workovers and completions.
That's what it's not surface mining.
Have you monetized the pizza party yet?
No.
Right out of the gate. Fuck.
I appreciate violence. I mean, you might as well just go directly to violence. There's no point in beating around the bush. So have I monetized a pizza party yet?
I mean, do they even have pizza in Canada?
So let's not hate on a brother for making money.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, that's a good point. We should my phone here. I'm walking around my house. My phone. So back to where it was. We do have pizza in Canada. You can a Little Caesars hot and ready for $5.99 in Canada of Canadian money. So that's like $5 American.
It only costs $5 here in the United States in American money, so it's far more expensive up there.
No, it isn't. No, when you fucking do the currency conversion, it's exactly the same price.
Like 1 to 110.
It's not 1 to 1. It's 0.8 to 1. It's like 0.8
I didn't
to
say
1.
0.8 to 1.
I'm a fucking engineer, okay? I know math.
and we do not.
I'm not like a landman or something.
The landman math only has to equal 1. That's as far as
round to the nearest 1. Okay. Yeah. So we do have pizza, okay? And in spite of all the laws that we have, we are still able to have parties. It's just not legal or anything, So we can theoretically have pizza parties. That's possible. And personally, I like pizza parties. I like pizza and I like parties. So fucking A. As for monetizing a pizza party, I think that entirely depends on valuation. I think with a reasonable valuation, you could have a pizza party based business. But the question is, what are the fucking revenues of a pizza party based business?
Yeah, what are your margins on a pizza?
So how much are you going to mark up this hot and ready pizza? It's like me plus hot and ready pizza equals $20 a share. I don't fucking know. That makes no sense to me. There's some math in the middle there that I've totally missed, but I can't wrap my head around it. And I mean,
the Mercedes van with like the ranch hand bumper and light. You see that?
No.
They've got like this.
That did.
Like
Somebody couldn't turn it
out party bus thing.
That they own?
I'm assuming they own it. It's got
No,
like,
I think they rented it just for.
they rented? Oh, okay.
Drive back and forth.
I was going to say maybe they were basing their valuation off of the capital gains from the ownership of a vehicle, which lately there might be some basis in reality for that.
Something
You can project that into the future and have a nice.
Yeah, exactly. Like just straight line the increases that we've seen over the last 12 months into the future. And within a couple of years, you're definitely at a, let's say, sub 8-figure valuation. Let's call it that. Yep. I think that's reasonable.
I was driving out to West Texas on Tuesday, and I was really hoping that I was going to see the van driving the other way, but I did not.
They got Clayton Williams' office. That's kind of cool. So,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I've been in the Calgary Petroleum Club.
there you go.
What's my valuation now?
Hey,
I think, is that like an 8 times multiple now? I don't know.
I would say conservatively.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you just call up Chamath and SPAC me, and let's go. we got. I've been in the Petroleum Club. Plus, I have a whiteboard that I draw like well control videos and all kinds of shit. So,
there's your quality.
Yeah, we do have a motor for the bottom end of that projected cavity pump. If you
need it.
need it.
you got a motor?
Oh yeah.
I'll take anybody's motor if they're giving it away.
No, it's not quite a giveaway, but we'll discuss terms.
Mhm.
We'll make it a teaching lesson on Twitter. I'll send
Okay,
you a
that'd be-
picture and
We'll assign you a part of our Bitcoin.
What?
How about that?
Oh man, my multiple. I like literally by the minute my multiple is increasing. You throw Bitcoin in there, I'm definitely for that. Now, if you guys could throw in some solar panels on top of that,
We got
then
too.
I could see Pickering Energy, not to pick on them or anything, but just I could see Pickering Energy taking me out at maybe a 15x. I'm sure they've got like a Bitcoin energy transition downhole video solar fund that's just fucking got my name all over it.
Okay, so honest question, and
Okay.
this is, call me a fucking bigot.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Already done.
I feel like Canadians know a lot more about the United States than the United States knows about Canada. And, honestly, until I got on Twitter, I always assumed Canada was like a pretty normal, reasonable place. And from the way you guys talk about it, it's like a fucking disaster. Like environmentalists and the greenies and all that shit.
Oh yeah, well, just to the whole American knowledge about Canada thing. My ex-wife is American, and she like moved here and didn't even know what any of the provinces were like called, or fucking where anything was, or what she knew where Banff was because she was there one time in her life, and that was like it.
Yeah.
There is a general. I don't know. I think there's like a cultural gravity or whatever that occurs in the United States where people in the United States, because the United States is the global superpower and arguably has had an overwhelming cultural influence on the rest of the world, they know shit about the United States, but it sucks them in and they end up not really knowing anything about other places. Whereas in Canada, we're just America's hat. So if you're a hat, you got to know about the head that you're sitting on. And so
does that make Mexico our ass? I'm so confused right now.
I mean,
maybe
have you been to Mexico?
I actually have been to Mexico, yes.
Not Puerto Vallarta.
I've been to Cabo and I've been to Nogales.
Yeah, okay, all right, close. Laredo, El Paso. Those are my people.
Okay, yeah. So, but I mean, also I come from Snow, Mexico. So, how much do I really need to learn?
So I actually have a funny story about the Canadian geography that just happened to me because me and my wife went to California last week. So it's fall break. You're on a connecting flight.
Nobody's trying to get
the same plane, so you didn't deboard, and it just.
Well, I mean, you put it in the car.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you. Everybody's talking in your background.
There we go.
It was
I'm trying to see who's in the fucking chat. Cheeseburgers watching.
Cheeseburger's on here. Get him on here. I'm gonna make fun of his ass.
Should we get
Fucking talking shit and calling me a fucking milk bagger. The answer is, look, okay, some parts of Canada have milk in bags. It's fucking weird.
I mean, Alberta's
But we-
kind of rolling right now. So
What?
I said Alberta's kind of rolling.
I have embraced it. I'm pretty okay with it. I mean, I'm still gonna give cheeseburgers some shit though.
Who called
Anyway.
you a milk bagger?
Cheeseburger calls me a milk bagger on several social media formats. He's found me on LinkedIn And then he calls me a milk bagger on LinkedIn. And like the LinkedIn people are probably like they're just a bunch of boomers there. And they're just like, what does this mean? I'm a 62-year-old completions consultant that hasn't worked in a long time. I'm very confused, and I can't find Frack Slap to make fun of them. So, and now there's milk baggers. What the fuck is this?
Wait, how old did you say you was?
He's not sick. Are you 62?
Carter, did you say the LinkedIn people or the lip dick people? That was,
Well, is there a fucking difference?
nah.
He said Frack Slap.
They should just patch over LinkedIn to like limp dick something. I don't know. Someone can figure out that portmanteau better for me. Yeah. No, I'm not 62. Old completions consultants used to make fun of Colin McClelland, rightfully so. And he had this whole meme about old completions consultants ripping on him. And so he's not wrong that is broadly the composition of LinkedIn. It's like a bunch of old dudes talking to each other, you know, trying to chat up any chick that's on there and making boomer comments.
Yeah.
And then there's fucking Cheeseburger calling me a milk bagger and just upsetting the whole apple cart.
I had never heard of the milk bagger. That's pretty fucking hilarious.
It literally, Cheeseburger invented it.
Oh, he invented it.
He invented it as an insult for Canadians, and it's kind of catching on a little bit. I mean, if he can get a little more play, maybe it'll be a thing. But yeah, anyway, back to your thing about Canada. Canada politically is a basket case. We're just way quieter about it than the U.S. You know?
What else
Like,
do you have that are the sideways drilled ones? Where the
how many, what?
Where the wellheads are crooked or slanted.
Well, the project that I work on as a consultant, all the wellheads are like that.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Well, is the rig floor crooked? Like, is it
No, the rig floor is flat. The monkey board is flat, and the derrick's on a 45.
Shit.
And so if you stand tubing in the derrick, you kind of stand it off to the side vertical in the monkey board. But because those wells are never very deep, there's not a whole pile of tubing. And if you're drilling them, you tend to drill them with like a pipe arm super single.
Yeah.
Like those PD pipe arm super singles.
Yeah.
And those can just sort of angle whatever angle you need them at.
I thought you had people with like an offset leg, you know, the guys with nub legs on one side.
I said 90's the link, and like 30 seconds later he's on.
That's how you that's how you career track yourself, is you just cut one leg off at the knee, and then you're a slant rigger, and that's it.
That's the dual pusher on the rig. It's the one leg.
Oh shit.
There's slant rigging milk bagger, dude.
Well, total. I mean, yeah. If you're a milk bagger and you're not slant rigging, what the fuck are you doing? But it's cool though. It's cool. We got that whole area that it's sort of a West Mackay area where there's probably 4 or 5 SAG-D projects in there, and Athabasca Hanging Stone is slants. It's just so shallow that you can't make a full turn.
You don't know that you're drunk.
How deep is it? Like,
Yeah, I was not. Yeah, I know. I was not joking last week.
190 meters TBD.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like more drunk 3 hours from now.
Some Suncor Mackay is 90 meters TBD, so 270 meters or 270 feet.
Okay. Do you work on Suncor?
No, I have, but presently I'm working for PetroChina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, the wells are fun. They're pretty. They're lively because they're so hot. They have gas injection as well as they have some gas pressure. Some parts of the McMurray do have gas pressure, some don't, and this area does. And so you end up having to use weighted fluid to keep it down. But you also have to control your temperatures, and it's fun because the wells come back to life and they're fucking torquey.
So when y'all dig these open hole multi-lats and and wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's weird. The intern had everybody muted. Anyways, when you dig these open hole multi-lats, do y'all actually like import the Chinese people that you send down hole to go extract the tar sands, or how does that work?
That's sort of in future expansion plans. We haven't really got the supply chain thing sorted out because
supply chain's an issue all over the world right now. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you put too many in a shipping container, then none of them show up ready to work. If you know what I mean.
6 man for that.
Where was your dry hole here? You got to put a cap on.
No.
Hey, 90s, are you surviving on that school field trip out there, man?
I am actually trying to set everything up, but things like disappeared during the week. So I don't know if y'all have like kids, but little hand like move thing. So right now, and I'll show you this. I don't mind showing this to you. I've got like 2 sets of headsets, but like no wires and no Bluetooth to connect it to. So
Nice.
Does 90s have a man bone?
Yeah.
that's why me and JP are going to have a hair contest. So if you've ever hung out with 90s, you know how long the hair can get. I think Buddy Wade Stewart knows that.
I got you. I know. Really, it's
That's why
flowing.
y'all don't want to see this. So
I'm about to Aubrey these fucking dry holes.
The boss man picked up a lease on King Oil. He drilled 3 holes in a row. So this is good for our drill fund.
Yeah, I'm getting this fucking out of my system.
No, no.
Y'all are gonna have to send us one of those games. We're gonna
That's
start.
cool.
We're gonna start filling the office with a bunch of rowdy landmen, sending
So-
them home to their soon-to-be divorced wives.
I'm going to
Friday.
put this out there. There will be a landman hat sent to anybody on the stream, not in y'all's office or the Tulsa office, that can tell me who invented Velcro.
So I could probably do that. So
Andy, who invented Velcro? Can you hear me? Andy?
I think he's
Andy, can you hear us?
So,
Who invented Velcro?
what are you doing right now, Andy?
I don't think you can hear us.
I can barely hear you.
Have you tried to turn the volume on your phone up? A little more?
Okay, anybody, even intern, do you know who invented Velcro?
Google it and get the answer.
I'd say Chinaman did.
I mean, I can't say Google. I forgot.
NASA.
I'm gonna
Not bad.
NASA did.
duck go.
Not
Right.
NASA got it.
Microwaves and Velcro.
We were fucking with it a lot at the Bitcoin mine today, is why I asked.
What?
It popped in my head.
Oh, Velcro.
Yeah, all our cable management, we bought those little Velcro straps.
Yeah.
I was thinking, it's
Pretty.
one.
You got dogs? Personal Twitter? Okay.
So Scott, have you?
Huh?
We saw Scott. We saw you helping Andy out with some well site consulting on Twitter
Yes.
the other day. So have you met? You haven't met Andy because he's got
Never met him. Never met him, but I was trying to help him out, not be a smartass. But I had a bunch of wells in Gardendale that I would shoot fluid levels on when I was a fluid tech, and the plumbing was very similar. And what we found is when you pulled the choke stem bonnet out of a plumbing, plumb job like that, the stem would either be full of paraffin or scale. And when he's saying that it's gassy and he's got a whole back pressure on the tubing, it's probably what's happening is the gas can't get to surface, or it has to come through the pump, and you got all these pump issues, and that's why. So you can replumb the well, or what we did is just pull the choke bonnet out, the stem, and put a cap on it. Helped tremendously. So I wasn't trying to be a smart ass. I just trying to.
No. We told Andy to get on here so that you guys could actually like talk to each other.
So I was curious if he ever pulled the choke out and looked at it on that well to see if he had similar issues.
I was just texting him, telling him to check his audio settings to see if he had the input output set correctly. So
Okay.
Maybe he's got kids with little hands too. That's what I'm still working on against.
he does have kids with little hands, but I don't know that his kids with little hands are quite as mobile as yours yet.
Worst decision I ever made. Buy them a set of tools last Christmas.
And dry ass piece of shit. These.
It's deep.
How do I get my oil from that button?
The next card.
So you saw FTSI about ProFrac?
You what?
FTR ProFrac.
Oh, was I supposed to draw?
FTSI.
No. Did you draw a
He
card?
gave you a card.
No, you draw a card. This is actually your card.
Oh.
So you drilled one well, you actually get 5 cards. So you're good.
Oh, okay.
Everything's straight. I'll gladly give you that card.
Andy joined again.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
No, I knew you weren't trying to be a dick. I was grateful for whatever information you gave me.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of an overlooked thing. You know, most people think you just plumb it in, it's good, go down the road. But the little nuances of how stuff's plumbed in, it actually matters.
Yeah, everybody out here thinks if you don't have a Baird valve on your tubing that you're a dumbass. So
Yeah, it's West Texas. I mean, I had wells that made 2 or 3 barrels a day and probably made 5 MCF. And if they couldn't hear it screaming through that valve, I mean, I can't tell you how much money we spent on ball and seats for those things just to hear them rip through at 300 pounds. And I'm like, you guys realize these are stripper wells. They don't need that. You just take all that shit out of there, let it flow normal, and you'll be fine. But if it was a gassy well, I get it. But I would definitely pull that choke out, check it, throw it to the side. You don't need it. Just plug off that end and let the gas flow up the casing. Or you could replumb it where the tubing doesn't discharge straight into that check or that choke. Yep.
Why would you want that? Why is it there?
Well, when you drill a new well, you kind of sometimes want to keep some reservoir pressure on it. So you put a choke on the casing, which is where all your gas will come up. So you'll choke your casing back a little bit. And then most of the time, the new well's really gassy fluid. So, and if they're deep, they have a hard time pumping unless you keep some tubing pressure on them for what they say. They think it breaks out in the pump. You have weird pump cards. Feels like it's a fluid pound. It's just a lot of gas breaking out. But if it's an older well, you don't need all that shit.
Did we lose all the Alberta garbage? Is he gone?
Yeah, Alberta, I think, dipped out whenever Andy got on.
He's always got a shaky internet connection up there, in the far north.
Yeah, it's like Canada's like a third world country, basically.
I mean, it's not even a $5 hot and ready. So
Is anybody else
They
noticing the
let
frames
Justin
per second
Trudeau
have dropped down? Y'all were much more fluid earlier. I'm trying to play with the settings, and I'm just kind of curious if it's mine or not.
what were you asking?
The frames per second. You and T-Town was much more fluid in the video stream, and now it's not. And that's why I was playing with the settings to see if I did it or maybe I should go up to a higher setting. But
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's just something that's baked into the technical difficulties.
as you get more people, it gets more interesting.
Goddamn right.
We could have no people on here and we'd still have problems.
But that's part of technology. We're pushing it, baby.
Yeah, guys. We are now a tech company. We're on the cutting edge.
I'm putting
right
a big valuation of this. Big valuation.
I'm pretty sure, according to the numbers that I've seen recently, that Landman Life is at least a $2.5 million tech company.
I think you've underbid yourself. 2 billion. B with a B, baby. Look, I saw that stock. What was it? The DWTV or whatever it was. What's the one that like
Yeah, dude.
5,000% in the last 2
You're
days?
about Trump?
Yeah, is it really a Trump stock SPAC or what? What's the story on this thing?
Fucking Trump. Stacking it up, dude.
He's gonna host his network. It makes sense.
Yeah.
My theory, this leads me back to like when Eminem was talking about maybe like floating shares or bonds or something on his future music revenue, and you could buy into that, and it kind of fell apart. I kind of feel like this is that same moment. Y'all remember when Eminem was going to do that?
No, I had never heard of that.
Oh yeah, check it out. Like Eminem was going to float bonds, or it was something him and Dre or someone were going to do, and they had gotten real close to it, and they couldn't figure out how to properly register future rights on music that hadn't been produced. And so it was a whole scheme on future revenue, and that was where these NFT and like Raoul Powell and the rest of them on like Real Vision for like in the future for NFTs and stuff, where you could take investment on future art or artistic material, and then you can buy shares in it and then get paid a revenue stream back as that artist's music or work continues to increase in price and is finally sold. I don't know where these people are coming up with these schemes, but it sounds like BRV's voice. Is this just nuts or is it actually intelligent?
I mean, I think it works really well for the people that make the SPAC, right?
But are they pulling it too far now to try to realize future revenue from something that's abstract, right? It's not a hole in the ground. It's not oil. I guess it's in that same argument, right? There's oil down there. Let's go get it, but you don't know how much it is, right? So you can't really calculate what the revenue stream is going to be until there's actual knowledge, right?
Better buy something, bitch. Yep.
Are they just applying the same sort of ideas that we did in oil into other industries, I guess? I don't know. I think a lot about that, I guess. I'm weird. Sorry for bringing it up.
All right, cool.
I just don't want to miss something, but at the same time, I'm like, there has to be some FOMO with this, and I can't get involved with it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
That's your gut instinct saying, do not invest in that.
Just buy more Bitcoin.
That's right. Bitcoin
It's
fixes
not about
that.
buying Bitcoin anymore. It's about mining Bitcoin. I will agree with anyone in this room that it's not about buying, it's about mining. The miners have the upper hand at this point.
See, it sounds like you want to invest in a Bitcoin mine.
Well, I've had some real conversations around that, and at the same time, if you wanted me to, I'd be like, no, I'm cool. But I understand the value proposition. I just can't get far enough together to give you $1.
So you're willing to own Magnolia, but not a fucking Bitcoin mine.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird.
That's it.
I know you may question me after that, but I don't know. I guess there's a risk and reward.
Do you want to drill into your fucking...
I keep shaving off, shares at this point as I keep hitting 100,000. So, it's still paying.
Oh,
2 grand.
shall I?
But I guess everything's paying out these days if you invested in oil.
I mean,
Those are good.
making up for a lot of bad decisions here. Covering up for a lot of bad decisions.
Oh, I'll tell you this. This is an actual conversation. I don't know if y'all noticed. I went to that little conference thing. What was the name of that? Let me get it back up here real quick. Just yesterday.
The oil show.
Yeah, the little oil show. But I was going to tell you, there was this guy from Devon, and he, no, it was Chesapeake. I think it was Chesapeake. I'm sorry, Chesapeake. And he was up there, and it was just spouting this bullshit about how, debt or the bankruptcy was the best thing that ever happened to the company and for everyone involved. And I'm going, you motherfucker, I've been through bankruptcy at a company. It is fucking horrible, especially if you're invested as a stockholder, and a lot of employees are. or just someone who had been on the outside that may have bought shares. I was like, you've got to be crazy. But he spoke up there about how great it was and how they were able to get out of bad contracts and bad hedges, and keep your eye on Chesapeake, buy some because it's going up, baby. And I was like, I just don't have trust in it. I just can't do it. It's kind of like you burn me once, burn me twice. No, thank you. I know there's value there, and actually a lot of me wants to buy Chesapeake because as going through in a bankruptcy in an oil company, I know that on the other side of that, there are better contracts. There are better hedges. There's a better value proposition. You've flushed out all those costs and a lot of the sunken costs that you spent, right? The cash that you incinerated. And now you're just looking at the cash flow going forward. And you pay a little bit back, 10 cents on a dollar and such. But it's almost got me kind of curious, and I don't know if I should touch that hot rock. What do y'all think? Chesapeake, up finger, down finger?
I'd get a little Chesapeake. I'd get a little bit of it.
Are they less sleazy? Are we saying we can hold our nose?
I would guess so. The boss man knows more about that kind of stuff than I do, but yeah, I think Chesapeake's a good buy.
It's fair to hold through the cycle.
Would you work for Chesapeake? That's the other question. After watching that guy talk, I almost was like, man, I don't know if I want to be surrounded with that kind of person or those kind of people.
I worked for him for probably 4 or 5 years, and they sucked. Working for them as an employee back in the day it was a no-brainer. They gave like 15% 401k, dollar for dollar match. When I broke out, I was what do you need?
You owe me $4,000.
I was a roustabout for them, and I got twice a year stock bonuses or stock options. I got bonuses twice a year. Killing it. Oh yeah, it was dumb not to work for them. It really was. But now they're just like anybody else, which is probably another good reason to invest in them. They've cut all that bullshit out. So
it's not bullshit if you're roustabout. Come
oh,
on,
it
now.
was
Easy.
It was
Easy
beautiful
on the
back in the
kids.
day. Yeah.
Well, I heard what's his name? Who is the CEO before this new guy?
The Anadarko guy. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Mr. Lawler.
Yeah, Lawler. When I was still in school, he came and did some talking to you, and he said when he came in as CEO, he had to like cut all those like weight loss and fitness bonuses and stuff that they were giving out, and that like made people super upset in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah, they have like, if you've ever been to their campus, they have 2 movie theaters, 3 or 4 restaurants, a hot girl at every front desk. Her name's Sarah. It's like generic. No last name.
Or Lindsay. There's quite a few
Lindsay's,
as
Sarah's, and yeah, it was wild. It was wild. They had beer night, movie night. It was kind of a cult there for a minute.
Joke in 26, 7, that straight from the pole to the hole, they were pulling them out of the strip clubs and going to the front desks.
Oh, I believe it.
Well, what I heard a story about Nape, because I think they were the first company to do like the 2-story booth at Nape.
Oh,
this had to be probably peak 2012, 2013.
You want to keep
And they used to get strippers, to work their booth. And AAPL and Nape came out with a rule that said, anybody that works at your booth has to actually be an employee. So just because of Chesapeake, they you couldn't have booth girls and stuff there.
That's pretty wild.
They ruin everything.
I've heard a story about the Permian Basin Oil Show where a lot of these companies will bring in like a multi-room, call it a single wide trailer, and it's kind of like customer appreciation or trying to get new business. It's go to room 2 and you'll be well taken care of.
It's a customer appreciation.
Yeah, I missed out on that. Holy fuck. They used to have a big oil show in Tulsa.
Oh yeah, down at Expo Center.
Mhm.
Used to be the biggest one in the world. Remember, where were we? Where were we at?
That's where I got that Jim Beam
Oh, really?
decanter. It's from 1970, whatever.
It used to
From
be
the Expo
the
show.
shit. That's
Yeah, the year they built the Expo Center, the year before was the last time they had it here.
no shit.
They built the Expo Center just for it. And
Put
then
the golden
they never
driller
came
up
back.
and
I
never
think
came
literally
back.
that year it went to fucking Houston and it's gone.
No longer the oil capital of the world.
We should just bring one back.
Let's bring it back, guys.
Let's just bring it back. Let's just have a Tulsa oil show.
We'll make it just rowdy as shit.
Just
like old
fucking
school
bonkers.
Just-
Yeah.
prostitutes.
Coke and prostitutes. Fucking.
Well, remember it was the Frac Tech deal where they had the prostitutes at
Oh, yeah.
the party.
It happens.
That was pretty slick.
It happens.
Good old Frac Tech days.
I can't speak to
Cannot
what you're
match
referring to, but there's a couple well compensated young ladies that night. That's all we know.
Were you there at the Texas Motor Speedway?
I was not there.
I was
But he wasn't there, but he was.
I was there.
I knew a guy.
I think I was there.
You were with me.
Yeah, I was with you.
They were like putting on a show at the pool, is what they said. Remember?
It's
And they were
good.
Like,
That was the same company 2 weeks later had one of their operators steal a van, fill it full of strippers, drive it to Alito, drop it off with all the lingerie, and then all the supervisors they quit, and then we had to go pick it up.
Wow.
So apparently, it's a common thing. That you can't. There's no strip clubs in Midland. If anybody didn't know that, Midland's very like conservative. Odessa's all. So there's 2 strip clubs right next to like H&P and a pipe yard right on the railroad track. I mean, it is skanky as hell.
Yeah.
That is where they found more work trucks for people who did the same thing. Just drug up, or like motherfucker didn't come to work, right? Pinged his truck, pinged his phone, whatever, drove to the strip club. There he is, passed out with a stripper in his lap. It happens.
Motor Pool Z.
Yes.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, anyway, it was the thing, and I don't blame them.
Motor Pool
Z.
Z.
Motor Pool Z. Where's the truck? Motor Pool Z.
Oh, what does that mean?
That's the
Means
Disney
you
bar
go find your truck
at the tip.
Motor Pool Z. Disney bar in Odessa. I don't know what was it called. It was in Brimstone
So
or something like that.
there's Jaguars, and then what the fuck's the other one? I can't remember the other one. Then they started one in West Odessa, which is real hoey. That one was called the Catwalk, rightfully so, and it lasted like 2 weeks.
The catwalk.
Catwalk, it shut down in 2 weeks.
That's incredible.
I tell you, Tulsa has terrible strip clubs.
Oh, they're awful. They're so bad.
100%.
Literally the worst strip clubs.
Tulsa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never.
Yeah, they're garbage.
Disgusting.
They're awful.
I've never been with Adam.
I would say
You know,
Shreveport bottom.
Shreveport was bad. Back in the day, in Haynesville boom days.
It was good. But COVID
Dude,
days, there
remember
was
that time when that dude, we ran up like a $10,000 bill on that dude? When we were at Chesapeake, this dude was at the bar and he was like, "Oh, you guys work for Chesapeake?" He's like, "Everything
all
on
me,
me, it's
yes.
on me." We're like,
Sure.
"All right."
Sure.
And there was like 10 of us, and we just went crazy. And at the end of the night, he got his bill crying.
No.
I know.
Had like
I'm
a
getting
full
fired
actual
tomorrow.
mental breakdown. And he was like, "You guys are gonna give me some work, right?" You're like, "Oh no." Probably not.
When I did measurement and I&E for Chesapeake, they sent us to Dallas to a Emerson school to learn Fisher Rock stuff, and their people took us out. John H. Carter got us,
Yeah.
took us out, and I got lap dances, right, and kind of opened what I could produce out of my wallet. They fucking covered it, no problem. The dude wrote a check, like it was some old dude. He like
He wrote a check.
fucking
Writing
gave
a
us
check
stripper
at the strip club is
check.
probably like,
So from that point on, we just called him Checkbook. That was our guy. He was our.
dude, there's no strip club that's worse than fucking Stillwater. I know you guys have been in one that's.
I've
Yeah,
never been to a
You've been on a
Stillwater
weeknight.
strip
You go to a
club.
weekend night?
I've never been, but
Never been.
they're probably terrible.
I've seen it.
Yeah, my sister.
I respect it because it's built 100% out of oil field tubulars.
Absolutely.
The whole fucking bar.
It's verified.
Most of the Western strip clubs in Oklahoma are.
Dude, Grand
Used to
Lake.
be a compressor
the whole goddamn
station.
Lake. It's
Got
fucking-
holes.
Well, like Sharky's. Have you been to Sharky's bar?
Oh, yeah.
Whole fucking bars, a whole field too.
Yeah.
Like 4.5 by 2 7/8. Like,
It's not a real oil field strip club until the pole they dance on is a polish rod. That's a
Hey,
real,
that was my idea for the hat, Layman Life. You got to get a young silhouette on a polished rod.
stripper well hat.
oh, I
Is it
like
just
that
like-
idea.
Who's it?
It'd
Who's
be
in
awesome.
here?
I'd wear that.
90s.
Hey, intern, write that down.
I told them
We need a stripper
they
well.
never did.
Andy will pick it up. Pollard will pick it up. It'll be a good one.
We went to a strip club outside of Du Bois, Pennsylvania one time, and it was a couple of my buddies called me and said, "Hey, be outside in 10 minutes." I said, "No, I'm good." And I said, "Well, be outside in 10 minutes or we're coming in and dragging you out." So went outside, got in the back seat of the car. There was 2 cases of beer sitting in the back seat of the car. So I figured, well, whatever we're about to do, I might as well be drunk. Started drinking. About 40 minutes later, we pulled up outside this portable building with no windows. And I was like, guys, did y'all find a strip club in the middle of the fucking woods? And they said, fuck yeah, we did. I get out of the back of the truck and they're like, hey, what happened to the other case of beer? Well, there were a couple of empties back there. We went inside and there was no stripper pole. There were 2 sandboxes set up in the center of this room and metal folding chairs set up around them. And that was it.
Dear God.
And yeah, shit got really, really fucking weird and absurd that night.
I hope you wore a condom.
Needless to say, seeing strippers try to strip on sand, not as fun as you would imagine.
As you might think.
Yeah.
Dude, the folding chairs.
Entertaining. And it was like railroad ties set up for like the borders of the sandbox.
You have to fish that bitch.
This is hilarious. This is like some shit that would happen in Beaumont, Texas. Boudreaux's massage parlor is what they
I
call it.
swear to God, I will at some point have to get Steamboat, Motorboat, all of those guys on here to tell the story about that, because one of them left their really nice jacket, you know, like winter hard shell at this place, and then went back the next morning and somehow expected to get their jacket back. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
The folding chairs remind me of our middle school dances. The girls used to come out and they used to dance and give lap dances on the dance floor at our middle school dances
Really?
at Edison. Yep.
That's rowdy.
Wow.
You know, the best strip clubs are the ones your buddy says, hey, after you're at a bar, says, hey, we've got to go to the strip club. Sarah's stripping. Oh, really? Who do you mean, Sarah? No, Sarah. Remember, we graduated with her. And, you know, you end up at a very interesting strip club, you know, outside of Beaumont, Texas, and it's actually Sarah stripping, and you go, man, Sarah's had a rough ride.
Who still knows a stripper?
No. It's like Sarah was a lot cuter in high school.
Right.
Before she was-
Exactly.
Before the world
If
ruined
Sarah's
her.
trying to bump cigarettes and beer off of you, you know it's rough.
I mean, once they're in the game for a couple years, it gets rough. Dude. It gets rough. Now, it's like Pete Stewart used to always say, when he thinks something was hard, he would say it's harder than a whore's heart. I quote that one a lot.
That's a good one.
But I had a question, Landman Life. How many of those white hats with the drill rig and the feathers and stuff have you sold? It's got to be a lot, right?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea. I know that the original white hat with the Texas flag drilling rig on it is still the best selling rope hat that we have, but it's also been for sale the longest. So I'm being 100% honest. I have no fucking idea. The only time that I ever see any of this shit is when I notice that we're low on stock and have to order more.
I took his hat to Norman and gave it to my brother-in-law, who's a petroleum engineer student. He's going to go work for Mewborn. And all of his fucking buddies, everybody just went fucking wild.
Which hat?
Yeah,
They went fucking wild.
That white one?
The white.
White.
They went.
It's a bad fucking hat.
it's a
nuts
badass hat.
It's
over
bad.
that
It
shit.
looks like shit on me, but my wife wears it. So like
It's
we were
hot.
at Grand Lake one day, and like everybody in the whole fucking like cove was like, "I want that hat."
Hey,
Then my
your wife was wearing that like before that was actually even for sale. And so when she posted that and I started getting some messages on Instagram and everything, I was like, yeah, I'll have stock in 3 to 4 weeks. No, the original version of that, they called me while I was at NAPE. And they said, hey, so sorry, but we're not going to be able to make that. We're going to refund your money on that part of the order. And I said, okay, well, if your guys ever do like a sample mock-up, you know, they print it on like, you know, some regular fabric or whatever to see what the embroidery looks like. I said, send me a picture of that and I might approve it, even if it's not what I had actually intended. And he said, well, I don't think they did one, but I'll check. And then 2 weeks later, the package showed up with all these new hats. And as I dug into it, I found those. And I was like, holy shit, these are awesome.
Yeah, they're getting around pretty good.
Yeah, that's why I was curious because like she wore it to the lake and everybody was like, I have to have that hat. And then she wore it hunting. She does this like girls hunting trip, and
Which is pretty legit.
all the girls on the trip were like, I have to have
Way
that
better than
hat.
anything I've ever been hunting on. I'm just saying.
I
There's
mean,
Your
there's
wife-
nothing better than a
better
hot
than
chick
I.
in a hat.
Yeah.
Like
Landmanlife.com.
it's just it's different.
I don't think we've seen
Girls in
the order bump though.
Ponytail through the hole for all no females listening.
ponytail through the hole.
Don't put
We're going to have some new stuff coming out soon, and we're going to start doing some fun stuff for the holiday season because shit's getting wild with shipping times for everybody. And I'm just trying to make sure that we've got enough hats for y'all to be able to give out to all the family members and friends that you want to share the Landman love with.
Christmas orders in.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you
Put
saw
'em in
that
now.
back up at the port of Thackerville. I mean, those hats are going to be
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bird, tell him what I texted you the other day because I've been thinking about Thackerville a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You were
You're not important enough to get remembered about what.
the fish fry to benefit the Port Authority. Yeah, there you go. I remember now.
The fish fry, the catfish
Yeah.
fish fry.
Do a fish fry on Thackerville.
I still haven't heard from the mayor of Thackerville, but I did send him one of those coffee mugs.
I'm fucked up
Are you?
right now. I'm not gonna lie. I am fucking
We
rolling.
How long have you
What-
been?
Just
One of the
Hey, I
comments on
hope you're ready
Twitter.
to come home and clean.
Oh,
Oh, old
well, that's,
lady's on.
that's a female.
Oh.
voice
Hello?
right there.
oh wow. I'm in trouble now.
Well, Scoot's
Son
going
of
to have to
a
get right home.
bitch. Fuck. Well, this will be a good
You
weekend.
know, we were just talking about how you appreciated and how
Yeah.
much you love your wife. And
Yeah.
everything. It's tough to,
She
said
tough to
all those
take
nice
a young
things.
lady like her.
She heard all of it while y'all were talking about all of that stuff.
That's why I just want to make
All
sure.
the strip clubs, how many you've been to? The one in the
Oh, we're real fucked this week.
No, we repeat stories from people we've heard.
It's okay. I'll go this weekend by myself.
There you go.
We need to improve the Landman Life stores, like order, like the
Bring more
the
Tims.
layout, like because like I'm like, all right, I want to buy a hat. Like I want that hat. Like how the fuck do I find that hat? It's like, is it accessories? Is it apparel? Which is it? It's like I don't know. Like you know,
Accessories.
is it accessories? Is a hat an accessory on your website?
It should.
I don't know. Do you wear it?
I mean,
I'm
we
gonna
did-
buy it. You
Did
know,
we get the search function back working on
Like,
the
it
store?
needs to be hats, shirts, accessories, like
Thongs,
extras.
yes.
You know, like
What?
Hey, but Friday Stand Down has a very prominent place with a awesome green link and everything. So
It does?
Yeah.
How do I get on
We
the
need some
homepage?
stand down gear.
No, I'm talking about on the Landman Life page. Friday Stand Down is like
I'm
a
on it.
completely
Where is it?
separate.
We got a merch website we didn't even know.
Where is this? I don't. I'm on the website right now. I don't even see it.
Oh, no, it's actually just a merch shop. By the
Yeah.
way.
That's right. Just a
You
weird.
put it
Just
in the
a
end?
merch.
I'm on landmanlife.com.
Yeah, I haven't eaten. Since.
I don't see anything about it on
Do
here
we
right now.
have the search function back? That was the easiest way to find stuff.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
He just doesn't know how to work it.
So there should be a search function again, so you can like type in what headdress hat, Indian hat.
Yeah.
You can't
rope
make
hat.
your word.
Headdress.
So
Yeah. There's a whole
Native.
section of the fucking site that's rope hats.
as a boomer in our office, you can't
Okay.
even make.
I searched. Okay, here we go. I found it because I went store. Now I can't find where I went. It's like Oklahoma, home Oklahoma.
There you go.
Showing 12 results. There's the hat. That's the one I want. I want the fucking hat.
What's
I need to
Will-
order one of those.
What's Will do next week?
Oil next week?
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Physical is way too high.
It's too high.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Did
Listen
we
to
just have
Rosanna.
Art Herman join the call?
You son of a.
Look here.
You've been
Y'all are
listening.
sounding very bearish.
Did you
over
guys
there.
did you guys see Art
Getting
tweet
facts.
that commentary about Shell buying Conoco and just totally being oblivious to the actual like story, facts really.
I can't. So like every time these assholes on Twitter fucking retweet some Art shit, they don't realize that Art blocked 90% of the people. So it's like you have to take a goddamn screenshot of what he posted, otherwise nobody can see it. Like
There's
really
like
thought.
one person in every DM that I'm in that's not blocked by Art, and we're always like, send screenshots.
yeah, like, nobody has
He
this.
hasn't blocked me. I sent him the
He hasn't
ABCs
blocked
of
me.
oil, and he sent me a grow up, be more mature fucking tweet or something. I'll screenshot it. I'll send it to you.
He's not gonna block me because I think he's a yid.
Is he?
I think he's a yid.
Yeah. Yes.
He's not gonna block me. He likes my name. He DM'd me one day. He was like, I like your name.
That's funny. All right, I bought some hats.
How many did you buy?
4.
Jesus.
I'm gonna give them to my brother-in-law and my wife's friend and my sister-in-law who liked it and my other sister-in-law. So
Dude, your brother needs to wear one.
No, fuck that.
We try to
Brother
get
needs to wear one.
a wampum
No
one
way.
created, but didn't go very
A
far.
wampum.
Hey, I sent y'all a couple of ideas,
Okay.
or I sent somebody with y'all. There's too many fucking wampum people.
Dude, you're telling me. You probably sent it to Eddie.
Probably went to Eddie.
Eddie.
I don't know. I sent somebody my thoughts on putting together a design for that. And I mean, I think I had some really awesome
I need
ideas.
a hat with the buffalo with 2 red
Those are-
jewels as
It's
eyes.
not,
They need to be like,
I need
it's
red
not
jewels.
it's not a buffalo, it's a dream catcher.
it's a dream catcher.
Wow, that's even more insensitive. I like
You know,
it.
sometimes
You're really
the
all
native,
about cultural appropriation.
sometimes the Native Americans are my spirit animal. What can I say?
Can we get a
That's
Let's
fair.
Go Brandon with a Derek on it?
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, you know,
My,
at some point we probably will go there.
my girl sent me a pic for this week in her "Let's Go Brandon" shirt.
Does she have one?
Yeah. Oh, you know she.
I don't-
As soon as that shit happened, she ordered a fucking "Let's Go Brandon" shirt.
I
She
don't want to
was
see a
like-
Let's Go Brandon.
the
shirt.
first
I wanna
person to
see
buy it.
Let's Go Brandon thong.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's what I want.
I want to wear it. Let's go, Brandon.
You want to wear that?
Yeah.
I want to wear it to work. Just fucking walk around.
I mean, we can probably put that together, and you know, like if y'all would like to contribute to the cause, you know, I'd really like to send somebody like Kitty, you know, Let's Go Brandon thong, because I feel like he would just really appreciate
He would
that.
enjoy that.
He would wear it.
The kitty would definitely enjoy that.
He posted a picture of his white ass in it.
I do have if we really wanted to get somebody to wear a Let's Go Brandon man thong. Like,
Probably not.
No.
I don't really feel like that's, you know.
Oh, you shot that down really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
I'm
got a guy in my Rolodex.
You've got a guy who poses in thongs. Okay, that's good to know, man.
That's good to know.
You know, he's always just bringing new shit to the table, right?
Here's how it will take off, right? You make a man thong that's like an elephant trunk, right? And then you put the Let's Go Brandon on the elephant trunk part. So then you've got the political part in it. You got the elephant for the Republican side, and then you've got Let's Go Brandon where your slong would go. Right?
I don't know why you would ever share that $1 million idea.
Sheath underwear.
Live on
YouTube. One for the front, one for the back.
Somebody's going to come up with that in like 15 minutes and post it all over the internet.
Yep.
They're going to be the next billionaire.
Yep, and I'm still broke. That's fine.
I mean, but you're just a hardworking Bitcoin miner.
That's it. Just
slaving away down in the Bitcoin mines.
Used to go to strip clubs. I haven't been to one in years. Like
Years.
15 years.
2009?
9,
7. Back when I didn't have anybody that cared.
That's right. When I didn't have a wife.
So who should we judge based on past decisions? Not us.
She's still on.
Y'all ever been thrown out of a strip club?
I have.
No,
I've been thrown out of a strip club.
that does not surprise me.
I guarantee you, my story of getting thrown out of a strip club is way cooler than theirs.
You know,
Let's
I
go.
guarantee it.
I bit a stripper. I was into biting at the time, and I had never been to a strip club. I was actually in Tampa. I was in Tampa at Mons Venus.
Excuse me?
Famous strip club.
Mons Venus, not Man's.
No, Mons Venus.
You're right, that's
Yeah.
sure.
Mom's
And
Venus.
and I bit the stripper, and the bouncer picked me
Why
up
would
by the
you
collar.
bite a stripper?
You know,
You
I
that's
was
a bad idea.
I was 21 years old.
Oh gosh.
I was leaving to Thailand the next day. Like I was
Where?
invincible.
Where
I'll
did
be
you bite
honest. Like her collar.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a stripper light their nipples on fire?
I have not seen that one.
New Orleans.
What do you
No,
got?
I've
what do you
lit my
guys do
balls on
later?
fire.
Yeah, New Orleans. This girl took a matchbook
That's another story.
and they're flimsy matches and found a way to lasso them to her nipples and somehow lit the two matchbook matches on fire on her nipples. It was wild.
For the people's entertainment.
And see, this is where I get away with it. My wife has been to multiple strip clubs with me,
Right.
so we're good. We're good.
So the craziest thing that ever happened at Jewish summer camp was I lit my balls on fire, and that's what I was known for. And to this day, my friends' younger brothers or sisters or whatever who go back to be counselors, they tell me that they still give the speech about do not light your body parts on fire. It was like that time whenever like it was like those times like during the CKY videos where like these guys they were just like lighting each other on fire like.
Right.
I sprayed Axe all over my nuts and fucking lit it on fire.
I've
And I just thought it was
I've-
fucking hilarious.
I've tortured people for your freedom, and they never lit their balls on fire. That's
Brings a new meaning to fire crotch.
Fire.
Yeah.
I want to hear BRV story, but I'll tell mine real quick. Y'all talk about New Orleans. I have never in my life been thrown out of a strip club, except for this one time where I was thrown out by the bouncer and then thrown back in by New Orleans after I puked. It was the only time, and I swear to God, if I was in Vegas, I would be in jail. But that night, it was a little bit rainy in New Orleans, and they threw me out to puke. And as soon as I was done puking, the cop said, "Are you going to get back in there, or I got to throw you back in there?" He goes, I don't and I was like shocked, and so I stumbled back in there as he was kind of pushing me back in with a nightstick.
This
I
is why
still
you got to
say
support.
I'm amazed I didn't get a DWI. Or I'm sorry.
You got to support those blues and blue.
Back to blue.
So here's a New Orleans story before the boss
sure.
man tells
Now
his
you're
strip club. So we were in New Orleans with the boss man and a friend of mine, and he was talking to a girl on a balcony overlooking Bourbon Street at a bar.
Oh God, I hate this story.
And this younger girl, I mean, not some old lady, it's just a younger girl, just talking to her, and he comes running down the end of the balcony. He's like, "Look down the street." So we look down. There's a set of fucking dentures in the gutter where everybody's puking and pissing. Look down. This girl runs out, grabs her dentures, Upstairs, my buddy's like, yeah, I was just talking to her, hitting on her, or whatever. Her fucking dentures fell out of her mouth into the gutter of New Orleans. And then she grabbed the motherfuckers and was back up on the balcony with them in her mouth. It was wild. Nasty.
You know, my uncle, when I was working construction with him in Silsbee, Texas, when I first started, like 18, he said, you'll never get a better blowjob from a woman without teeth. I've never heard that before.
This podcast is great.
The important things. No, all right. I'm going to tell my story now. I was babysitting my little sister when I was in college. And for my daily activity, we did dollar bill origami. So we were like making shit out of fucking.
Fine motor. It's a great skill.
I mean, and I didn't have anything better to do. So I had recently acquired some dollar bill origami skills. And I was in the strip club coincidentally that evening. And I thought, wow.
It's kind of autistic.
It's
kind of autistic story.
I'm going to make a goddamn dollar bill origami for the stripper. And I'm going to put it on the stage. And this is going to be hilarious and great. So I made her a goose or whatever, and I like set it there in front of me on the stage. And you know, when they're like done with their little dance, they just start snatching shit up.
Right.
And so she came by my thing, and I was like, she just grabbed it and crushed it. And like, I was a little intoxicated. You're not gonna be able to see this on the TV, but like, I was in my chair, and I like was like leaning forward to point, like, no,
right, don't
crush the goose. And like I kind of like fell forward, and my hand like hit her like slightly, like I tapped her, and she fell back on her ass and started screaming her head off, like you just hit me! I swear to God, fucking bouncer ran in, grabbed me, and turned me out.
Damn!
I swear to God, I was just
That's
like,
wild.
holy shit.
Was he pretty rough?
Then I was trying to tell the bouncer, I just made this goose. It was a dollar bill goose.
I was telling her not to smash it.
I was trying to keep her from smashing.
So you took babysitting money to the strip club.
Most likely, I'd say.
That's highly impressive.
Seems likely.
That's it.
Like that.
It's college.
That's just to the folks on the
Long time
internet.
ago.
You can climb any ladder. There's nothing holding you back.
I gotta go. I'm going to Kansas City.
All right, guys.
Adios, muchachos.
We're gonna wrap it up on our end.
I think you want.
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna keep it going or just like
That's
sit
fine.
here for another 45 minutes or what.
Y'all can keep it going.
We're
T-Town's out.
We're gonna get under Uber.
Yeah, get Pender and Uber.
But I guess we will talk to you guys next week. Should I shut it down?
Yep. Are we done?
Yeah, they just logged off.
Yep.